Greetings everyone, greetings and welcome. Slayheim here, just on my way home from work, and I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while, just kind of driving. We all have such long commutes these days, you know how it is, and I find myself with very little time to actually sit down and edit, so I'm kind of more interested in these sort of off-the-cuff, free-form videos where I might add some images to sort of look at in the background as I ramble along, but I kind of wanted to give this a shot. So welcome to the first sort of video of this kind, and I would like to talk about Armored Core 6 today. So I played Armored Core 6 earlier this year. It was one of the few games that I did manage to play because time is short, but it was one of my favorite games of the year. I really enjoyed Armored Core 6. It really made me feel like I was taking a step back into my childhood. It was kind of like this Gundam game I used to play, Zeon versus Federation, and Zone of the Enders. I remember I would play this at my friend's house. Back then, I imagined that this is what the games were like graphically. But it really reminded me of the early 2000s, and I love the style. It was kind of very retro style. It was simple, but it was so much fun, the systems in place. I love how you can sort of swap different builds as you go. The customization options were incredible. Basically building a giant mech, that was so much fun. Balancing the weapons as well. For most of my playthrough, I went with the heavier weapons. I like the bazooka, the songbirds. Those were really cool. Basically like double-barreled shotguns over each shoulder. But yeah, you basically have the two shoulder attachments, your left and right arm, what you can carry, your boosters, your legs, like the stability. And it was really cool because I was streaming the game and a lot of people would come in and hang out, try to offer advice, and it was just so much fun. Like, you could feel it. It's one of those things that you have to play yourself, but you could feel the intensity. You could feel just that much closer, you know? It's like, I have almost defeated this enemy. If only I can just get a hold of him. If only I could just time it right. If only I can just reload at the right time and make sure I have this ready and just like use my burst. Oh, it felt so good, especially with the melee weapon as well. So the point I'm trying to make is it was a very, very, very fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. It was intense. It was action-packed. It was short but sweet, you know? It didn't overstay its welcome. The story was really interesting. The voice acting in those games is fantastic anyway, in the Souls games. Handler Walter was really cool. And I love that whole idea of just going on missions, collecting money. You're just this like mech, basically, this merc in a mech, just kind of going through the world. I loved it. I personally really loved it. I'd love to see more. I'd love to see a revival in the mech genre, but it really reminded me of the early 2000s, simple times in my life, really good times, and the game will warrant a playthrough at some point again for me, because I wanted to see what some of the other endings were all about. I got the good ending, I think, but there was a couple different routes I could have taken with choices and stuff. I kind of figured all that out about halfway through the game, and I was like, okay, well, I probably could have done more. But my favorite fight was the end fight. Balteus was also really cool, really, really challenging. All of the fights were fun, but one of the most memorable ones to me was, well, of course, the meme helicopter for sure, but the one where that pilot is training and you kind of get the drop on him, and it's just some guy with a basic mech, and you just very quickly and easily kill him. The voice acting for that was really impeccable, and it kind of stayed with me. They did such a good job making you feel. So I really enjoyed that. But most memorable fight was the The ice worm was really cool too, charging up that cannon, and then Handler Walter at the end. Really reminded me of Weltall. It gave me some Xenogears vibes as well. Overall, I just really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic game. It was really fun managing those systems. Everything felt good. It felt right. And I'd like to see more. Really, I'm in love with this studio. Can't wait to see what else they can do. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If not, no worries. But I plan to do more of these because it's quicker and easier. And I've been thinking about this for months. I've been thinking how I should do it, how I should edit the video, and basically wanted to get these thoughts out. But I think I'll just roll with this. And again, I might overlay some images here and there, but in general, this is how I feel about the game. Out of all the games that I personally played this year, this was among my favorite. I also got a chance to play Days Gone, some others, but this was a really, really polished game. I enjoyed it a lot, and I had such a great time with it. Such a great time with it. It was so much fun streaming, getting to hang out with everybody, getting to see people's different builds and strategies, and sharing their thoughts about difficult challenges that they overcame in the game. And we were all just kind of suffering with it together. You know what I mean? There was a few gatekeeper bosses that I was stuck on for hours and hours and hours, and then sometimes just swapping a weapon or trying something new got me through it. But again, like I said, I stayed mostly with the heavy builds. So it was a great game, and I really liked it a lot. For me, it was like a strong 9 out of 10. A strong 9 out of 10. And it kind of became obscure, I guess, in this year of gaming releases. There was a lot of incredible games that like really came out that people were excited about. So this one doesn't have like this big marketing push, and it doesn't have that same popularity of like Elden Ring, let's say, or just, you know, the Souls games, Baldur's Gate 3, so some of these other huge giants. But it was so much fun, and definitely recommend it. Thank you very much for watching and hearing me out. I hope you enjoyed this format of video, which I plan to do more of. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.